We are in the 4th episode of the Rome 2 Epirus campaign on very hard difficulty. You may remember a Spartan army was besieging Athens.
Ready for battle! We hunger for battle!
Our soldiers hunger for battle. That's a good thing. We will hire another unit of mercenary Therios spears. This will bring our spear and the pike units to 7 in total, plus some depleted units. Let's cancel that out for a moment and see how many the Spartans have. 6 spear or pike units, 4 of them perioikoi hoplites, perioikoi in Erasmian Greek, perioikoi in Hellenistic Greek. We also have 6 spear or pike units plus the 3 depleted units, but the Spartans have a second army stronger than this one, so we need to avoid heavy casualties. We have the 2 generals, bodyguards for cavalry, and the elephants. The Spartans have probably not seen General Demetrius lying in ambush, so let's bring the battle to them. General Demetrius attacks. The army and garrison of Athens under Eusebius come as reinforcements. The odds are in our favor, but if we auto-resolve we will lose the elephants, so we have to fight the battle manually. There have been a wave of Epirus campaigns on YouTube just recently, but some are with the Impera et Divide mod, which gives a human player more options and therefore more flexibility. This campaign is using the plain Rome 2 version after the 17 patches. Among the things patched was the AI and various graphic issues, but I also think originally the game had 4 turns per year, whereas now there are only 2 turns per year. Makes it all a bit quicker, a lot quicker. The first 8 game turns were unbelievably hard. I had to go back to a previous save a couple of times, and it seems a miracle we've gotten this far. But now the situation seems almost manageable.
Yes, Commander! As you command! This is a fine day for battle. Every day is a fine day for battle when you lead men of your stripe. So we shall have victory today, men. By the gods!
So this is the army under Demetrius, and in the distance over there is the Spartan army. They have a lot of skirmishers at the front. Every Spartan hoplite was followed by several slaves, so presumably they are the slaves fighting as light skirmishers. Behind them are the real men, Spartan hoplites. They also have a unit of pikemen. So here is again the Spartan army from the distance. Here's a view from above, a bird's eye view of the battlefield in the lower right hand corner. This is the army under Demetrius approaching. We have some elephants here. This is the general's bodyguard, the bodyguard of Demetrius here. And this is our infantry. We have plenty of pikemen, but because of the strange Rome 2 mechanic, they've dropped their pikes on their march. Pikes have become invisible, they're holding their swords. But believe me, these are pikemen and they have pikes. The pikes will become teleported to them when they're about to engage in hand-to-hand combat. And over here is the other army. This is the army under Eusebius. And in addition to some depleted units in his command, he also has the garrison units, which are extremely depleted. They're only just been hired. In fact, they're not depleted. We've just captured Athens, so the garrison units only had a few men each. So this is the army under Eusebius, and back to the Spartan army over here. So we're clearly approaching from two sides, and the Spartans are now in a quandary which way to go, whether they should wait and be attacked on both flanks or attack one of our armies. And so here's the enemy general's bodyguard, the royal Spartans, under their king. Their king is named Gallinas. He is somewhere here. There he is. No, I do not believe you can win, sir. That's right. I do believe victory will be ours this day. So this is the Spartan commander with his bodyguard. He has the head of the Gorgon Medusa on his shield. The Spartans always had two kings, by the way. He must be one of them. As I said, his name is Gallinas. And here's our army. Here's the elephants. We haven't lost any of our elephants so far. And here's our infantry. Our glorious army slowly marching into battle. So here's again the Spartan army in the distance, and they seem to be running around like fish out of water. They've realized we've got two armies and they are both coming in their direction from different directions. And so they're about to be flanked, and so they've made their mind to attack the army of Demetrius. Here's the army of Demetrius. It's deployed and ready, waiting for them. Unfortunately here I made the mistake to try and gain a higher ground. And so instead of shooting at the approaching Spartans, I'm moving the army here. That was something of a mistake. And so now they've got a slightly better position, slightly higher ground. Our enemy slingers are already shooting at us, and now we're shooting back at them. So it wasn't too bad. So we've shot some javelins at them as well, and now we're about to engage. And we have more men, so we have the advantage in terms of battlefield mobility. We have a tactical advantage. And so here, the two lines of clarity here, our pikemen and their pikemen, somehow, for some reason, their pikemen seem to be slaughtering ours. The enemy just now lost one pikeman. I don't know why this is so. Either we took too long to lower our pikes, or their pikemen are much, much better. For some reason they are slaughtering us. And we have some cavalry as well. Here's General's bodyguard, and they are making their move. They've outflanked the enemy. And our elephants are approaching as well. Trample them indeed. So the enemy had a unit of spearmen on this side, and they tried to intercept our flanking move, and they've been trampled by our elephants. They've been run over, and the rest of the skirmishers were skirmishing back, and they've got caught by our general's bodyguards. Both our generals are actually here, and they've run down their skirmishers. They almost obliterated all the Spartan skirmish units. And so pretty much all the Spartans have now left to them. This unit is now being routed. They are left with about 5 pike and spear units that are engaged with our main army. We have numerical superiority in terms of infantry, even more so now, but the Spartans for some reason were qualitatively superior, and we were really struggling. So we still have now some skirmishers. The enemy is left without any skirmishers, so we're throwing some javelins at the enemy. Here are one of our units, pike unit. They're engaged with some Spartan spearmen. Here, the Spartan spearmen against our pikemen. Nice close up here. And we've got some pikemen in the rear, so they've been double teamed. So you see they have some pikemen in the rear. I don't know what they're doing now. Sorry, I must have given some silly command. In any case, now they've been routed. So those enemy spearmen have been routed. That's a good thing. And here are the royal Spartans. This is the enemy general's bodyguard, or the bodyguard of King Gallienus, and they are running after some of our skirmishers. Our hero spears are throwing javelins at them. Some of them have been stuck on their shields and their armor. Very few get killed. These are very hard to kill, these royal Spartans. And they're running after our skirmishers. And despite their heavy armor, they're running like they're in a race. Okay, now they've been attacked by one of our depleted pike or spear units. Have been attacked in the rear. They stopped chasing those skirmishers. Our hero spears keep throwing javelins at them, but here, some javelins that killed a few. But the royal Spartans are going strong. Okay, they seem to have defeated and routed that depleted unit of spearmen or pikemen, whatever they were. Our spears keep throwing javelins at them. Now they've engaged them in melee. Here are the spears. Okay, the royal Spartans seem not to be interested so much. Oh no, now they've changed their minds, so they've decided to engage the spears. This is an uneven fight if it was just a fight between these two units, but right now we have a lot of units that are free. There's still an enemy unit here fighting. They've been surrounded. Another unit here. The Spartans still have a few units, but they are being outflanked from every side. They're being attacked in the rear. We also have the units of Eusebius now coming, and so the Spartans are just being hit from every side. And here back to the royal Spartans, the enemy king's bodyguard. We've got the elephants behind him. They are not ready to attack yet. They are waiting for their strength to come back. They're exhausted. And we're bringing in some skirmishers to their rear. For now, the royal Spartans are slightly winning against the spears, but the spears are actually doing reasonably well considering their cost. They are quite a good, cost-effective unit. So we've got some other units behind them just to scare the enemy, to lower their morale. So they've been encircled from every side, but our hoplites are not attacking, because we have some slingers who are firing, throwing little stones at the back of the Spartans. Now and then someone gets hit by a stone and falls to the ground. Here are more skirmishers. Here are those slingers throwing stones at the backs of the royal Spartans. And finally the royal Spartans break. That was the last enemy unit still fighting at this point. They are now being chased by our infantry and by our general's bodyguards. So our men are celebrating. So, Demetrius has gained victory. A Pyrrhic victory. Very typical. We lost 2/3 of our army. On the other hand, the Spartan army has been destroyed. We enslave the captives, which I assume means we take them prisoner until this war with Sparta is over, and until then they will be doing various chores to pass their time. Both our generals Demetrius and Eusebius have gained in rank. Only Eusebius belongs to the royal house, which could be an issue in terms of game mechanics. Demetrius is now a strategist. Eusebius now has the option of a heroic hoplite or help with the elephants. We choose a heroic hoplite to join his staff, which adds 5% to attack by spear units. He also has now the skills of a general. Here is the army of Eusebius. He is already recruiting some Illyrian mercenaries. We need some hoplites too, so let's recruit some. The army of Demetrius is totally wrecked, but he still has all his elephants, so at least that is good. We only have Telesphorus with his bodyguard in Larissa. He's just some sort of a deterrent for the Macedonians, just so they don't get the wrong ideas in their heads. Back in Athens we have some money, and we need a deterrent here too against the Spartans until we can retrain the depleted units, so maybe we can hire some pikemen. Maybe in the place of the Illyrians, or no. Let's keep the Illyrians, they are cheap. And recruit also some levy pikemen. So here are some levy pikemen. And let's hope the Spartans do not attack straight away while we're recruiting and retraining units. Up in Larissa, maybe Telesphorus can recruit some light skirmishers. We've got some money left. Maybe some javeliners. The Spartans only have a single army for now, but it is a good army with 6 hoplite units, 3 of them royal Spartans under their king, their second king, so the other one has been slain in battle. And maybe we can finish off this episode with some diplomacy. The Illyrians seem to be considering a non-aggression pact, but unfortunately they reject our offer. We have a non-aggression pact with the Bithynians, so maybe a defensive alliance. No, they're not interested. Maybe trade with Macedonia would be nice. Chances of success are moderate, they decline again. I'm not sure why they keep declining, as we have a non-aggression pact with them. Maybe they have nothing to trade. We have a moderate chance of success of a defensive alliance with Pergamon. Sadly, they turn us down as well. Next, maybe Rhodes is interested in something. A defensive alliance, perhaps. Again, moderate chances. They also reject it. And Syracuse, our last chance. They are not even considering a defensive alliance. Back up the list. We have some money left, so maybe we can lubricate our way to cozier diplomatic relations. Here, Illyrians, have some free money. Okay, they seem to like that. And that's the end of the year 268 BC, with everyone moving into Athens to pass away the rest of the winter. Thank you for watching.